red accent.
Gert Richter is your man in charge. Both these fighters love to throw down, Carrick, and we are in for an incredible matchup, I'm sure.
First blood goes to Pantelei for that low kick.
Watch for Pantelei to close the distance, try and get hands on his opponent. Incredible submission, game 3 of Taran's wins coming by way of submission.
Pantelei stalking, but Brave Nation, watch his head. It's not going to stop moving. It's always going to be moving side to side or forward and back. This is how you stalk.
Ooh. Finishing with a heavy, heavy leg kick.
Stalking while moving that nose in a straight line towards your opponent, not good for your head. Stalking like this can be very, very smart.
Pantelei just trying to back Trabelsi up against the cage, and when he feels like the distance is close enough, I think he'll shoot in. May try and punch his way into the clinch. Trabelsi trying to kick his way out of the cage. Doesn't want his back against the cage.
Nice kick back from Momo.
Nice 1-2 from Taran.
There's feints preparatory to closing in, as you'd reference, Phil. Trying to see what his opponent does when he gets down a little bit low enough to shoot in on those hips.
Big shots, and Trabelsi may have got his bell rang a little bit there. Oh, big uppercut thrown by Trabelsi. Didn't quite land. Oh, another good shot from Trabelsi.
There it is, there's a clinch. He had a he's still in on the single. Feels like he's got enough on it to take his opponent down, but I'm not sure that's the case at all.
May try and use the cage to bump off to create the momentum. Beautiful work. Ran the pipe beautifully on that single leg, Carrick.
Sweet single leg right in front of us. We've got the two fighters now, about 1.5 meters from us.
Taran in the guard right now, trying to posture up. Wants to unload some ground and pound. Right now, Trabelsi just kind of trying to tie up the arms, but nice little shoulder bump shot from Taran.
Taran working his hands to the inside. When they're there, he'll still another little, and a third one, and a fourth one.
He'll land on the right place. These could break a nose. We saw Conor McGregor use them to devastating effect against Donald Cerrone.
There's a special spot, Brave Nation, right on the point of the shoulder, a little bit forward, and it hits hard. It's like hitting with a single knuckle. This isn't a shove. It's absolutely is a blow. And as the Irish Thunder said, it can shatter a nose.
Trabelsi on bottom, trying to tie up an arm. You can see he's got that bicep grip. Momentarily looked like he was trying to stuff it down for the triangle. Armbar attempt here.
Elbow not remotely close. Nope. Looking potentially for a triangle. Back to the close. Open guard still. We've got a foot in the hip for distance management. That was denied.
Be interesting to see if Trabelsi tries to cut the angle again. Taran, what he needs to do is square off the hips so that they're in line.
This is all Momo right now. Does want to throw a few more shots, though.
Momo on bottom, trying to create that angle for himself. Has been dangerous off his back, Carrick, but I'm thinking on the balance of play, from the solidifying the position to landing those little elbow shots. Taran looks safe in this position.
Guard and grappling, probably the best position you can be in. MMA, not so much. Up against the cage, it's really, really hard to play your grappling craft from bottom.
Another big shot from Taran on top. You could almost say he's tyrannical with those shots.
He's a Tyrannosaurus Rex right now.
Why is that not his nickname?
Short time, Brave Nation, down to 10 seconds.
Big shot incoming from Taran. Strong way to finish the round for Pantelei. Mohammed Trabelsi cannot afford another round like that. He does not want to be on his back. What does he need to do, Kirik, to stop the takedown?
He needs to develop hips that are a little bit more magical. I think he may be a little bit too intent, Phil, on setting down and trying to throw strikes.
Yeah.
He needs those hips to be in a little bit better position to shut down the takedown. He's a little bit too eager to strike. He's got a brilliant corner with him. They're going to tell him exactly what to do. We may see, and I hope we do see, a little bit of a different look from him in about 25 seconds.
Cannot for 1 second be a prone target, but then in saying that, he will have to sacrifice the power in his shots, so he won't be able to sit down in his shots because Taran will be wise to that, will sneak underneath for the takedown. Can't afford to have his back against the cage either, so needs to implement constant, not just lateral movement, but almost ice skating, like Z-shaped movement to keep his back off the cage.
Watch Taran's head, Brave Nation. It's been moving very, very well, keeping him safe from those shots.
Taran again in stalking mode, trying to pressure Momo against the cage, but Momo needs to stop with the go slow and go. Hasn't really entered his flow just yet. That's very rare. You see that, someone throwing a leg kick and them being off balance from it. You feel that takedown, Kirik, from Taran is almost inevitable.
He's moving his head so beautifully, Phil. He knows his opponent is headhunting with the hands. He can feel it. And by moving his head just a couple of centimeters up, down, forward, back, left, right, he is avoiding nearly all the shots while playing with distance enough to land shots in his zone.
Again on the single. Can he run the pipe on that? Switches to a higher grip. Now has both hands locked around the waist.
Got a body lock. We've got an underhook. Very hard to take somebody down from here.
Momo doing the right thing by trying to raise that level of Taran up. But he eats a big knee to the midsection. This is that dog fight territory I was talking about.
Pantelei did a beautiful job there of turning a defeat into a victory. Was looking for that takedown. When he didn't get it, got a couple of nice shots in. It's a win-win.
Little cut under the left eye of Taran. Got caught with something. That's good work from Trabelsi, very subtle, but by changing levels, he was giving Taran different looks, which meant he had to back off there. Oh, the timing on that, using the hands to set up the outside trip. Sumptuous wrestling from Taran.
Taran, Brave Nation, is good, and he's getting better as the fight goes on. He's not getting fatigued. He's getting more and more information on his opponent, and he's using it to, as you saw right there, get a takedown the quickest he has in this fight thus far.
Nice work from Trabelsi to get back to his feet, but inevitably what goes up must come down. It's just gravity, Kirik. Right now, essentially the three-quarter side control here.
Taran needs to be a little bit busier from top. Takedowns now count less than they used to. There's been an evolution in the understanding of the unified rules of mixed martial arts. Simply getting a takedown does not indicate you're ahead in the fight.
He's just happy to solidify the position right now. Full side control, hips nice and low. May look for knee on belly and then transition into side control. Doesn't have anything directly offensive right now, just maybe some shoulder pressure, but not looking for the head-arm triangle.
Very impressive shoulder pressure it is, and now he's switched. Oh, he was looking for submission we do not see very often.
He's looking for the Bas-Rutten squeeze.
Years.
Oh, right now, finds himself in trouble. May get his back taken here.
That's what happens, Brave Nation. If you look for a highlight reel, there's a back to it, and it's not pretty. No hooks are in yet.
high risk, high reward, but he is underneath the chin,
Got
Kurt.
forearms under the chin.
And he's out. What a beautiful transition. Taran needs to be careful he doesn't leave an arm in here.
As almost always, Brave Nation, you need position before submission. Without at least one of those hooks in place, that well-sunk choke was not effective.
Beautiful work right now from Taran. Just casually transitions into the side control. I don't think we're going to see him switch the scarf again. Landing nice little frame off elbows.
Looking for the hand now.
Straight arm bar and Americana, perhaps.
It's getting closer.
Looking for that Americana. Now he's just, huge elbow.
That's a beautiful example, Brave Nation, of how you look for one thing, you don't get it. It gives you something else even bigger.
Theatricality and misdirection are powerful
And now
agents.
we're right back on it.
Needs to try and get his leg free to get as much leverage as he can on the Americana. Has it with one arm. You can complete the submission this way, but it's incredibly difficult. 10 seconds left. Oh, he's trying to pop that shoulder.
One of the three keys here, keeping that wrist pinned on the ground. Didn't happen, wrist came just slightly off. Wasn't successful, but that was an extremely successful round for Pantelei Taran.
Again, Mohammed Trabelsi finds himself exactly where he did not want to be. There's some decent work off the cage, but landed a decent shot that opens up Pantelei. But right now, I think Stevie Wonder could see that it's 2 rounds and nothing for Taran.
No question in my mind whatsoever. We're looking at 2018 after 2 rounds for Pantelei Taran.
I thought the takedowns are fantastic. That is a lifetime of working on takedowns.
That submission sure would have been sweet. Paid a price for it, but not a high one. Was able to defend the position. Therefore, the submission was insufficient. Ended up looking for a submission of his own. Great round for Pantelei Taran.
The impetus now really has to be with Mohammed Trabelsi. He's the one that needs to push the action. Objectively speaking, he's the one that needs the finish here. He's the one that needs to get it done.
For Momo to win this fight, he has to either tap his opponent out or knock him out. And he's trying to do it.
Oh, the gum shield's out.
He's looking for it. Big, hard overhand shot.
But in doing so,
And he's
almost got...
still up.
Trabelsi is a dog with a bone when it comes to takedowns. Referee waiting for a natural break in the action to pop that gum shield right back in.
Beautifully chosen moment there.
Great work by Gert Richter. May try and snake his lead foot round the back and initiate another trip.
Such great officiating we're seeing tonight, Phil, from these German officials.
Pantelei does not want any bit more of the standing. Oh, trip takedown, just takes the leg out.
That Brave Nation was a monster moment for Pantelei Taran in this round. He got clipped hard, wanted to take it down to the ground, deny his opponent the leverage, and he got it.
Right now, he finds himself in the open guard of Momo Trabelsi. I'd like to see him square those hips off just a little bit more and be less side on. You don't want to see him give up the angle. Just skips across into a half guard or half mount, depending on your disposition. Continuing to attack, doing just enough to stop the stand-up. Needs to solidify the position a little bit more for me. And try and clear that underhook that Trabelsi's got. There it is, cleared beautifully.
Knee shield in place, but up against the cage like this, it's barely defensive. Virtually zero offense available from here.
And right now he's just eating shots, trying to dig in for that underhook, but He needs to do something proactive right now. He cannot just be a prone opponent. He cannot lie and wait for a moment. He needs to create the moment.
He needs a finish to win this fight, but right now, Taran keeps falling on his head. Momo needs to know he's going to take some shots where he is. He's going to get hit. He needs to try to stand. He's going to get hit even more, but it's what he has to do.
There we go. He's back up to the elbow, up to the hands.
Got the underhook. There's a little sequence. Hand, elbow, knee, hand, foot.
Tried to get the stand up, but Taran said no to Momo. Oh, momentarily thought he had a reprieve, but Taran drags him down into the deep waters of the Brave Arena.
Psychologically, that is a very difficult moment. You know you've got to finish your opponent. You do believe it's going to happen from standing. You finally make it up, only to instantly find yourself on the bottom again. 100 seconds left, Brave Nation.
And if you're Taran right now and you're in his corner, you're not going to be telling him to take any unnecessary risks. He's winning the fight. He's solidifying the position. He's landing enough strikes to keep himself honest. He's dominating the ground exchanges for the most part.
Taran has a winning strategy here, and he is able to fulfill it beautifully. He does not have to try and finish his opponent. He puts him on his back, denies him the leverage that's there when you're standing, and then grinds him.
Needs to clear that foot on the hip with a little bit of a shift. Doesn't want to find himself caught in something at this stage with less than a minute to go in the third and final round.
Looking to step over that foot in the hip right now, was not successful with it. But he continues to grind. He continues to land shots. Hammer fist there. Looping right there.
Look at the underhook from Momo on the bottom, trying to find an angle for himself.
He's got an angle and he's not near the fence, but he doesn't have the elbow positioning he needs.
And that is going to be so demoralizing. That may have been the last Hail Mary in the locker of Momo.
Momo, we're looking for it again.
He's still trying to work the angle, but again, Taran so wise to it. 10 seconds to go.
Wide. 10 seconds, Brave Nation.
Oh, and he's throwing everything into the final 10 seconds.
Boom, 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 boom from both of them. And for the first time tonight, we go to the judges' scorecard. Question, I believe, in anybody's mind. Let's get a little look at the action via replay. Pantelei moves in with a flurry. The only purpose behind those shots was to get his opponent's hands up so he could get his hands down. He got him down, switched from a single, went to a double, into a trip. That time was a single, best takedown of the night. Simply level changed under his opponent, and boom, put him on his back. Wasn't able to hold him. This is the best action that we saw tonight from Momo. He was able to get up, land some very, very big shots, but eventually was put down, and although he was never put out, little question in anybody's mind that that is a 30-27 fight for Pantelei Taran from Moldova. That can be a signal that it's something like a split decision. They're making sure that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. It's not the case here. Roaring Lion.
All right, another exciting battle in the cage. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Pantelei